The first time I ever saw Cameron Smith in person was during his sophomore year in the state championship game when his team played in Southern California. And honestly, I didn't know much about him at that time. He was not on the radar. He had been making a lot of tackles throughout his sophomore season, but I had not known too much about him. And then when I saw him in that state championship game, he was a guy that clearly would emerge as one of the top linebackers in the country. He was all over the field. He was more physical than guys 2 years older than him, and he had made at least a dozen tackles in that game. So I had written down his name, I had gotten his information, I had made sure that we were going to invite him to Rivals camps throughout the remainder of his high school career because he was going to be a big-time prospect, and he turned into one. As his recruitment went on, USC became the favorite. He committed there. Looked at some others throughout the process leading into his senior year, but really had stuck with that Trojans commitment all along. And it was really, he was a kid who I thought could go into USC and be very productive as an inside linebacker. If there was one reservation on Smith throughout his recruiting process, and it was really kind of an unfair one looking back now, is that at camps, he did struggle turning and running with running backs coming out of the backfield and wide receivers in the slot on deep routes. But when you're looking at an inside linebacker, are you really concerned if he can run with some of the best wide receivers in the country 40 yards downfield with no secondary help? So that was the one criticism of Smith's game, that he didn't have incredible speed down the field. But in terms of a linebacker who can hit you, who plays physically, who plays every down, who can really read what play is coming and then attack it playing downfield, Smith was one of the best ones in the last couple years coming out of California, and he's had a very productive career at USC.